going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while, but we're back and we got some exciting stuff happening here. Today we're going to be working on the cooling system on the Cummins build, Project Arnie, and I'll flip it around. I'll show you the parts that we got to fab up to install on the truck, and so here you go. So here we are, guys. Just like I said in previous videos, we're going to be using the aluminum radiator from the 99 F-350, and like I had said, how the engine is a little bit offset over to the side this way, so we went with an electric fan setup. So here we got an aluminum shroud that we got cut and bent by the River Bend colony. So they cut the two big 16-inch circles out and they bent this all up, and I just had to go in and cut these little grooves for all the overflow hoses and the upper radiator and lower radiator hose, just because we couldn't measure that exact until it was on there, as well as I had drilled these holes for the fan because I actually didn't have the fans yet before I had ordered this piece. So what's going to go on there is these Mishimoto heavy duty 16-inch fans. So we got two of those, one there. We got one sitting over here as well. So that's going to go on there. We're going to get that all mocked up. Here we got a lower radiator support built. We got the Terminator cut inside there, which is pretty cool. So we had measured and drawn this up. It's what it looks like from the back side. So the radiator is obviously going to sit in these holes, but when we had dismantled the F-350, we forgot to save these bushings. So we ordered these bushings from Ford. These are stock 99 F-350 bushings for the radiator. These are the top, these are the bottom. Then I got this custom made. It's an 1.75 inch upper radiator hose filler neck. So that guy is going to go in line right about there. So we'll get that all mocked up there. Then I thought I would run something like this, just a small little overflow can. And then we have the electronic fan controller, which is designed for just a single fan. It's got the probe in there, and then underneath here is a timer setting. But if we run both fans on one relay, it's going to burn this relay switch out. So we're going to run that to power dueling relays, and this will switch these two on, and each one of those will control one of those fans. So that there, guys, is a brief overview of what we're going to be working on today. Is pretty much the cooling system. We're going to get that lower radiator support mounted into the truck. We're going to get that tack welded on there. But first, let's mount the fans on the aluminum shroud and get that mounted to the radiator. And then we'll hang that thing on this support with the bushings inside there. And we'll mock it up. So let's do it. Guys, we got the 16-inch Mishimoto fans bolted to the shroud there. So now we're going to take that and we're going to bolt it up to the aluminum radiator. Then we're going to get that thing situated inside of here for the first time. So let's do it. Okay, so we got the fans with the shroud mounted to the radiator. I had to find the right size bolt here because once we put the wrench in there, we could just barely get it out. So we got that all bolted on and everything. So Now we're going to take this lower radiator support and we're just going to throw some welds on the corner here as well as this. We're going to stitch that up just so it looks a little bit better, and maybe just take the sharp edges off of each side, just so when we're crawling around under there we're not slicing our heads open. Okay guys, we got the welder fired up, so we're just going to buzz these corners together, do a little bit of stitching here, and then we'll get the flapper disc out and we'll just take off the sharp edges. So let's give her. And cleaned up. And just a full disclaimer, when I say we, there's not multiple people here, it's just myself. I refer to we as me and yourselves. So I had someone reach out and ask me that, so I thought I'd just clarify that on video. So anyways, let's get those rubber bushings inside there, get the rad in there, and then we'll lower it into the truck. So we're just going to get it exactly situated where it is going to go. We're going to make sure that that we're not too close to the engine there, but we're going to be as close as we can get. So we just want to make sure that it's nice and square in there, and then we're going to tack weld that support onto there, and then we will remove the radiator, put a few more tacks on that radiator support, and then we're going to put this back in, figure out what kind of clamping system we're going to have on the top of the radiator. Then we're going to start cutting out this front core to fit the intercooler and air conditioning condenser unit. So let's do a whole pile of measuring on the radiator, making sure it's square inside there, and level left to right with the truck. So let's get it rolling. There we are, guys. We just got a small tack on each side. So we're just going to make sure that that thing's level inside there. I measured from the top of the core support to this line, and they are both measuring 27.5. So I just want to make sure that this thing is situated correctly, kind of like that. It's not super critical because they pivot on those rubber bushings anyways. So I'm just going to eyeball it and make sure it looks correct. Because that's pretty much all that we need. It could be angled this way or that way. We just want it to look properly. So we'll get that, and we'll just maybe stitch up here a little bit, stitch up there, and put the rad back in and go from there. Okay guys, there we have it. We got this welded right there. We got it welded on the top. Same as this side. We got that welded there. See if I can focus in. And we got it welded over here as well. So that should be plenty strong for the radiator. I wanted to go fairly thick. It's overlapped here, 1/4 inch steel, and I have a 1/2 inch on the corner here with the 2 pieces, just because it's a plastic bottom radiator and this is going to be hanging low, so I didn't want it to bottom out and smash our radiator while we're doing some 4-wheeling. So look at that, that looks pretty cool. The Terminator, the official name of the truck, is a piece of the truck. So there it is. So let's get the radiator put back in there and see how we did. There we go, guys. That's kind of how it's situated. Looks pretty good. So we sunk it back as far as we can, so we'll have plenty of room for our intercooler and AC condenser. Okay guys, I've been working a little bit off screen here, just doing a bunch of measuring on the radiator, and then I situated the intercooler in there. And so I started to, I don't know if you can see this, the black felt pen there. This is where I have to cut out for the intercooler to sink back into the radiator. Here's on this side. You can see here. So we're going to grab the zip disc, we're going to cut that out, then we're going to sink the intercooler in here and see, we're going to drill some holes to try and mount it and see what it looks like there. I measured and it should clear. I went high enough here that we can still use this factory grill mount, so we don't have to cut it like other guys have to do. Want to keep it nice and solid. Here's the other mount for the grill that will be unaffected as well. So I'll set the camera up, grab the grinder disc, and let's cut that out. Okay guys, as you can see, we got it cut out for the intercooler to fit in there. It's not perfectly square, but it should be enough to dry fit it. Obviously this is all going to come out and we'll sand these down so it's nice and smooth and so it looks nice and professional. But we cut the corners with the angle grinder and the die grinder with the disc on there, just kind of push it in there just to kind of make it curvature, not just perfectly square. So I'm gonna take the intercooler and I'm gonna set it in there and we'll see what we got. Okay guys, so with the AC unit on there, it kind of hits on this top piece here, so we're gonna have to notch that out at a later date. It's not a super big priority of mine right now. Priority is to get this up a little bit, drill these 2 holes, figure out what we're doing on the bottom for mounting, and then these brackets up here, draw those up and get the Hutterites to cut those. And yeah, we got our upper filler neck installed here. We just need a couple hose clamps there, but let's use our centering punch here and get a couple holes drilled. So there we have it guys, we got the radiator sitting on the cross member there, we got the intercooler there, we got the rad shroud with the fans mounted, we got the inline filler neck there. So we're going to call that a big win for today. I'm just going to measure up exactly what I want for this to hold this back and forth, as well as I'm going to have to make something up for the bottom here, so this guy sits in those grommets like I was showing you earlier. Thanks for tuning in to Chili Willy's Media, Project Arnie. I know it's been a while since we posted an episode. I honestly haven't worked on it really for 3 months. Had other things going on with my 13 Dodge. Had to do some work on that guy. Anyways, hope to be back in the shop. And if you can like the video, subscribe, tell all your buddies. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's when we can make some cheddar. I know it's not much, but YouTube will start pumping our videos out and putting them in front of other people. So if you guys like 67 to 72 bump sides, subscribe to my channel, tell your buddies. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. And until next time, peace.